All right, everybody, welcome back to the Mad Poet Live. Screwed up right out of the gate, had my guitar solos turned on from the original recording. Yeah, I've never done that before, have I? Like last week. You'd think I'd learn, but you'd be wrong. Apparently, I don't. So, got Teresa's here, Renee is here, Doc is here. Dr. Gak is here. Glenn, welcome. Hello all. Whoever's here, if I don't see your name on here, welcome. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for checking things out. Thank you for your patience while I screw things up, which is kind of part and parcel of my shows. We are playing the Patron Saint of Murderers live tonight. This is a very fun album. I enjoy the crap out of this one. That song was called The Birth of Darkness, and I screwed it up. Oops. I was playing, I'm like, something sounds wrong with my guitar here. And I play my guitar solos in all the exact same places that I did on the recording. And I finally realized, oh crap, my recorded guitar solos are playing. So turn that off, get us to where we are now. Glenn, might just be you. I should have sound going out. Things got some bad, Doc's got some bad glitches. It was like being stabbed in the eye with a sharp manatee. That's hard to find. I understand, unless you're looking right at their teeth or something. Got an active chat going. Community name doesn't show. People just talking to each other. Good. All right, so hopefully, Glenn, sound is coming through for you. Like I said, it looks like everything is right on my end, at least at this point, which is not always the case. I do see I've got a new follower, Ilomirsa. Thank you. I think that actually happened prior to the show, but if you're watching, much appreciated. Feel free to watch, listen, hang out, chat if you like. Don't chat if you don't like. And there you go. No Tom tonight. It does say I haven't seen him in here. That is okay as well. So why don't we move on a bit, play some more music. One of the things I really enjoy about this next song, this next one is the title track of the album, The Patron Saint of Murderers. The song in the album with the same title. And I really like harpsichords. I've probably talked about this before. I think I've played this album like, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 times, maybe more. I think this album, I think, may have actually been the very first live stream that I did, which was, 8, 10 months ago, whatever. I think it might have been, but yeah. Anyway, this is a very heavily harpsichord-laden piece of music, and I just love that kind of creepy Addams Family vibe that the harpsichord gives to a piece. Good stuff. I haven't played this album since the last time I performed it, so let's see how we do with this. I don't remember most of these songs, but I got the sheet music. I know how to improvise. We're playing an E Phrygian, Patron Saint of Murderers. Oh, the Patron Saint of Murderers. That funny gal. I get a lot of questions about how I come up with all of my song titles. And that one actually came from, I am not a video game player on any regular basis. The only game I ever play is called City of Heroes, which it's a multiplayer MMORPG thing. And I had played it when it came out, and then it actually got shut down, and then it had like this underground movement that found all the code and brought it back, and then it became a thing again. And I was on there, I don't know, a few months before I did this album, and I would always read the little bio thing in other characters, and this one guy described himself as a Patron Saint of Murderers. I was like, send him a message. I'm like, I'm totally going to use that for an album title. I don't know if he's ever come and listened to it, but that's where that came from. Good stuff. What's going on in chat here? Not sure. I haven't seen Mark show up tonight, but hey, sometimes it's just a light night. These things happen. It does give a King Diamond vibe. Oh, thank you for the King Diamond reference. I love that old King Diamond stuff. King Diamond, A Merciful Fate. Paul Mullen. Thank you, Paul, for the lovely tip. I do want to apologize in advance. Last week we had the credit roll thing at the end of the show, which was very fun. I have not found a way to make all of the individual tips show up. Only the person who tips, like the first tip you do, that's what will show up. And I don't know of any way around that, but I still do like the what's it thing. Susan's here, watching on YouTube. Doc is also on YouTube, because Doc's all over the place. He's just like on YouTube and Twitch. He's probably watching this on places I'm not even streaming it, because he's just magic like that. That's what Doc does. So, and keeping with my creepy King Diamond vibe, this next song is called Stained with Sin. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, with the bot that gives the link, I need to fix that, but I'm not very good at that stuff. Basically, I'm not very good at getting to that stuff. It does, I do get those tips, but they don't show up on screen the way Paul Molive did. Again, thank you, Doc. Much appreciated. The Streamlabs tip is the one that Doc put up. Doc is basically becoming like one of my moderators, and Doc, thank you very much for helping people out in chat so much. Much appreciated. And of course, thanks to everyone for coming in, but definitely Doc. Doc has done a lot to get the word out about my shows. He's brought people in. He has helped out a lot. It was much appreciated. There is a link. It can kind of depend on what screen you're on Twitch. So if you click on the part that just says the Mad Pool, it'll take you to my main page. It'll give you the option to go to About or Chat, and I think both of those, if you scroll down, you should be able to find the tip bar clicky thing, as it were. And I've actually got a link to where you can tip and it will show up on screen, or for people who wish to, they can tip anonymously. And it is always appreciated. Cool. Yes, thank you all very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, why don't we slow it down a little bit? Get into a little B minor action. Because I feel like it. And actually, not so much because I feel like it, but because the next song is written in B minor, and that makes it really good to play it in, B minor. It's kind of crazy how I come up with this stuff. I know, it's like, what? I know. Be moister. Yes. I'm getting a little moist here. It's actually a little toasty in my house. And I'm starting to sweat, so I'm getting a little moist. I don't know what condition the rest of you may or may not be in, but that's all up to you. So get down with your bad selves. I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. Getting some B minor action, 107 beats a minute. Song number 4, album number 55. This is called An Angel Flying with Broken Wings. And it looks like I've got one errant light back here just kind of doing its own thing. I'm not sure I'm going to try to make a quick rectification of that. I don't know if this will work or not. Sometimes lights just kind of do their own thing, but I'd really like them to be working right for this next song because I really like the way they worked out for that. So let's see if... No, that thing's just doing its own thing there. What's... Don't know what the story is with that. Joy Detergent. Thank you very much, Joy. My very close friend and laundry lady. What's the story, Morning Glory? Oh, I think I know what might have happened. Okay, hang tight. I'm gonna fiddle faddle for a moment. That. Yep. Every once in a while, the setup will change in the actual light. It's a system called DMX. I forget what DMX stands for. I haven't looked it up in ages, but it's a protocol that controls all the lights. So I have these commands I program in, and every once in a while, these are kind of cheap lights, but the lights will change the addressing, and so basically the light was trying to pick something up from the wrong address. And so I have readdressed it. I have addressed the scenario. Aha! And it's good. It's good stuff. I like it. It's in a meat freezer. That sounds like a reasonably both good and bad time simultaneously right there. And Therese was doing the correct thing in life, which is pizza. Because that's what matters. Because Therese understands what matters in life. It's guitars and pizza. First and foremost, above and beyond all things. After that, there's things like, your health and family and money, wow, whatever. Get the guitars and pizza straight first, gang. That's what matters. It says so in the Constitution. Boom. Pizza. I need to make a pizza tomorrow. I haven't had pizza for like 2 days, man. But I did make this awesome pie. Sarah came down to the kitchen 2 days ago. She's like, how do you feel about making a peach pie today? I'm like, I could probably do that. So I made this peach pie. I was just shy on peaches, so I ended up putting like a half a cup of sliced pears in. This was all fresh stuff that we got right here in the area. We actually had the house next door had no one in it when we moved in. And there was a peach tree out there. It's been trimmed almost all the way down now because someone did move in, but we got so many peaches off that. So I made this, and I put in chocolate and coffee grounds, and it was amazing. And we still got a couple slices left for breakfast tomorrow. Oh, it was so good. Good freaking peach pie. So, and I am also hoping that I don't catch fire again, because that was not the most fun I've ever had doing a show. Hard to believe that dealing with a fire in my home while doing a show was not the most fun I've ever had live. Boom. Yeah, who would have guessed that that's not a good time? But it wasn't. There you go. Fun to talk about now, though. So this next song, this is my normal album dedication. This goes out to my buddy Duncan. We used to play in a band called Hades Machine, a punk band. It was just so much fun. We had such a kick on stage. Even just in the practice room, man. Jake Hades, who heads up Hades Machine, just an awesome guy, one of my closest friends. And he just writes these really fun songs. And we always had such a blast playing that stuff. So this is going out to Duncan. Duncan's probably not watching tonight, but if you are, Duncan, man, this is for you. This is awesome stuff. So this song also is inspired, if anyone is familiar with the band Styx, just the opening riff, the bass that you hear on this. If you're familiar with the song Beyond These Castle Walls by Styx off of, I believe, Grand Illusion was the album. I would have to look that up to be sure. I'm pretty sure it was off of Grand Illusion, which is just a killer album, seminal. You'll recognize what's going on with the inspiration behind this. This sounds nothing like that song, but you'll definitely hear the inspiration in the opening bass line of this. This piece is called The Castle of the Crimson Knight. The Long Lake Rockstar. Thanks for coming in. I'm glad you found me. I would like to extend an apology for the lights. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I don't remember the lights being this screwed up last time I played this album. I'm going to have to look at what's going on. Hopefully the rest of the show will go well. That's your favorite, Glenn. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So, yeah, I feel like I've done something wrong. So I've actually changed a few things in my system. I'm always kind of updating and fiddling and stuff. And yeah, that did not feel right that time. So hopefully it'll work itself out. We'll see what happens. What else we got going on here? Need a good fogger fire to light up a little bit. So true. I need to catch this thing on fire again because that definitely... it makes things exciting, if nothing else. We know that for sure because we've done it. Mark is here. Hey, Mark, thanks for coming in. Good to see you, buddy. What else do we got here? Oh, good stuff. Headbanging. Love it. Good stuff. Yeah, the Dr. Gack and Dr. Grimm have been rocking tonight as well. They are accomplished musicians in their own right. Any of my regular viewers will know that I speak very highly of Doc Grimm as a drummer. He and I have worked together previously, and great stuff. And the Long Lake Rockstar looks like found me on Bandcamp a while back. My albums rock. Yeah, hey, I'm glad you're able to catch the show also. I saw you pop up there. Have you, Dawn Soap? Dawn, thank you so much. Dawn was so named because she was born at 7 o'clock in the evening, which made it 7 o'clock in the morning on the opposite side of the world. So she was named Dawn. It's the right way to do things. So yeah, Long Lake Rockstar. I'm not sure if you've seen my shows before, but thank you very much for coming out. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy the wacky group that we've got in our chat. Most of the chat, if you're watching on YouTube, which the Long Lake Rockstar looks like is watching on YouTube, most of the chat occurs over in Twitch, which is I multi-stream to the two of them. And so if I'm answering questions that make no sense, it's just on another platform. So, very good stuff. Renee thought it looked cool. Renee is a little bit on the biased side about my work, I know that, but nonetheless, greatly appreciate it. I appreciate you all. We've already done one slow song, so we're not going to do another one yet. We're going to kick it up. As I said, it's been a while since I played this album, but I recall this being a very fun song to wait to play. And the title is For Us All. The Vulture Awaits. All right, which window do I got active here? Because I'm not on the one that starts my song. Boom! Let's try this one more time, shall we, kids? Alrighty then. What we got going on in chat here? Oh! We have some people asking about the octopus. I have written a song about the octopus. I think it's called The Dance of the Octopus off of my 28th album, which I need to pull that one, work that one up for a show. And because it'll be very different. Because that's one of my lightest albums. I did that with I put it together being mostly acoustically oriented, so less distortion, and it's got there's certainly some distorted guitars and stuff, but not so much of the metal feel that I have on most of my stuff. So I need to do that. But we definitely do have some people asking about the octopus, and it's important that everyone know, of course, that the octopus says, yeah. So keep that in mind at all times, because it's true. All right, Kraken. Oh, we have had 100 messages in chat on Restream today. That is so exciting. I could tweet that if I wanted to, but I think tweeting is stupid. You guys talking about? I don't know who Sidney Powell is. Lawyer. I don't even want to talk about politics on here. You guys are welcome to talk politics. I am not going to. It sounds like some people might be having trouble with the Twitch interface tonight. I'm not sure what that is going on with that. Sounds good, Mark. I'll save the politics for never also. Noka, hey! Awesome sauce. Noka is someone I met on a Discord, the Old England Discord. Hey, thanks. This is actually, Noka, this is an older album. This was one I did. This actually has the piece on. I know that you are familiar with Ola, of course, and so you're familiar with Coffee with Ola. The very last song on this album is called Coffee Without Ola. I've actually done 9 more albums since this. 8 more. This is album number 55. I'm about to put out number 65. I've been about to put album 65 out for like 4 months. I know I used to be popping these things out every 7 days, but I've really just been working the heck out of the production on this one. There's a song on the new album. The new album is called Incomprehensible Isolation, which actually I got that title from another Twitch streamer. And there's a song called Fistful of Light that I just really like, and the production just isn't working for me on it. So I've been really studying production, trying to kind of up what I'm doing in the production game, because there's some stuff in Fistful of Light that I'm just like, I want better clarity out of this. I want this to be heard better. So, but hey, nonetheless, man, great to see you. I hope you are doing just fantastic. For those who are not familiar, Noka Theory, he's on the chat in YouTube right now. And he's a fellow musician. He's got some very cool stuff. If you're on YouTube, check out Noka Theory's channel. His music is very worth listening to. I really like what he does. Cool. Thank you very much for the tip/donation/cleanser. I will have to buy some with that lovely donation. Oh, Doc. Looks like Mark is having better luck on YouTube. Cool. You finally found YouTube. Excellent. That's great, man. Glad to hear it. Looks like we also have a request for some information about my friend and colleague, co-worker, soulmate, Satan. As we read from the book of Satan, we find that Satan is good. Satan is my pal. And I want to kill everybody. Pure metal, baby. Pure metal. I'm just getting silly. Of course, you are welcome for the kind words, and thank you as well. I know that you're a fan of my music, which I always appreciate. I'm also a fan of you, and I'm always happy to, to send my fans to see other cool musicians, because that's, that's what this community is supposed to be about. Unfortunately, we have internet algorithms that don't make the community what it's supposed to be, and I find that just wildly unfortunate. But there are some really wonderful musicians out just on really small Twitch channels and YouTube channels, and they got their really teeny Discords and all that, and they need to be looked at. They really do. So support your local musicians, support your small musicians. Do it. Oh, Sarah is cooking a steak. It smells amazing in here. It is totally my dishwashing detergent. Okay, and it's moist. You're darn right it's moist, Doc. So let's play some more music, shall we? I mentioned earlier that, I was not quite ready for a slow song, and I'm still not ready for a slow song. This is called Unspoken Malice. Okay. So there was that. Dishwashing detergent, moist, got that. May I have a steak riff? We don't have a May I have a steak riff yet, do we? We've got a D in Solitude riff. We did Itsy Bitsy Spider once. Three Blind Mice is coming up on my next album. That's going to be killer. I love the way that's coming out. I may have to do a May I have a steak song one of these days. And Sarah cooks steak so nicely. Oh, she is a good cooker. She's a much better cooker. I'm really good. Wow. I've got stuff. Renee, thank you. Thank you ever so much for the tip. Much appreciated. And then Real Alien Space Bats. Dude, followed. I didn't notice that when it came up, but I see it on my chart here, and that is awesome. Thank you for the follow. That is just an absolutely awesome username. That is so cool. Real Alien Space Bats. It reminds me, I did a show with Therese actually. She was playing bass. We did the national anthem. We played like a minute and a half maybe. It was so awesome. We did this kind of rock version of the national anthem at this show. And the band that came up before us was called Alien Maggot Orgy. Do you remember that, Therese? That was so fun. Oh, man. That was a good time. It was funny because it was an outdoor show in the summer. And I don't know, there were maybe 100, 150 people there. It was just kind of this kind of big, like, day-long thing out on some property. And this band, they didn't seem to impress the audience. I'm going to try to be as kind as possible. And so people were kind of wandering away. And then Therese and I go up there, and we just rage through this version of the national anthem. And I go into this big, crazy onstage solo. And so we're up there less than 2 minutes. And everybody was back at the stage, and then Therese and I just walked away. It was so fun. I hadn't thought about that show in ages, but that is just a absolutely killer username. So thanks for coming in, Real Alien Space Bats. Much appreciate the follow. Yeah, pizza definitely beats steak, but steak is still a very beautiful thing. Without mushrooms. No mushrooms with your pizza, no mushrooms with your steak, no mushrooms with your life, because mushrooms are bad. Thank you, Glenn, for understanding how life works. Yeah, I'm getting a little on the hungry side here too. I'm gonna have to chow down after the show. Good stuff. What did you call it? The Elephant Man vegetable? I'm not familiar with that conversation. The Elephant Man. Oh, okay, gotcha. The Elephant Man of vegetables. That's awesome. Can't get any audio. Mark, sorry, I don't know what's going on with that. And there's Doc fixing things again. I need to do something for him. Mike, thank you for the tip. Mike Ockerts. This is how you know someone does not enjoy their job, because they sit and make this stuff up all day long, which is fantastic, because it's good for art. And art is the way we do these things. This is turning out to be a very fun show. Even despite a few technical hitches we've had here, this is a good time. You need an ode to mushrooms, Randy. I do not need an ode to mushroom. The Space Bats approve! All right. Good stuff. Steak pizza. Yeah. Dude, definitely. I made a pizza. The last pizza I made was about that thick, as many of my pizzas are. I make homemade crust, made from scratch, beer batter crust, and then I laid out my sauce, put a layer of cheese, Put a layer of pepperoni. And when I put pepperoni on a pizza, each piece of pepperoni is being touched by the pieces around it. There's no, you don't see a lot of cheese under your pepperoni. I put another small layer of cheese, and I put some hamburger on, another thin layer of cheese, put some sausage on there, cover it with cheese. Oh, cook it up at 375 for 25 to 27 minutes. And then, that's what you do. For those who don't know, I like pizza. Oh, yeah, you know what? I was trying to work with my parents today on their phone, getting them on Zoom, and I'll tell you, Zoom on a telephone is just garbage. Yeah, boot your phone. Just boot to the phone. All right. Noka Theory is also watching on Twitch. Excellent. We got Noka on both sides. Like it. This is great. Oh, I'm so glad I started doing these live shows this way. This is fantastic. Makes me not feel doing these shows and having my little community makes me not feel the title of the next song, which is Two Kinds of Anger. But wait, I need to check something here. I need to look at something. I need to see something. Oh! Hey! Okay. Oh, let's get the lights back on. Let's get the lights back on, because we need to talk about something here. Okay. Noka Theory is following on Twitch. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. Love the new followers. Love the old followers. So much love in Randy's community. The Mad Poet community. What's the poet so mad about? I don't even know what I'm doing. But I have an important announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the G sharp minor portion of the show. You are welcome. We're actually in G sharp Phrygian on this fine day. So let's get it going. Two kinds of anger. yes. Who doesn't like a little G-sharp frigid now and again, yeah? That's what I thought. Cheese is a good vegetable. That's absolutely true. Ah, yeah, you haven't had one of my pizzas in a long time, Therese. It's been, yeah, years, literally. And that's a shame. G-sharp minor, definitely. Your guitar, my guitar, yeah, absolutely. I love talking gear. So I'm doing everything direct. This particular guitar is a Jackson Rhodes. I'm Lama Ding Dong bars. I gutted the electronics, redid everything. I've got a specialized switch here. It's a 3PDT switch, and so I've got DiMarzio deactivators. And in this position, it's full bridge, which is what we've been hearing tonight. This is full neck, and then the center position actually puts the two center coils together as a humbucker. Great sound for clean tone, totally dig it. So I run this with a wireless system. I'm using the Line 6 G90, the rack mount version. And for a lot of things, I agree with people who are not fans of Line 6, but man, their wireless systems are brilliant. Love this wireless system. So then I'm going direct into, I have a Focusrite Scarlett 18i20, which is basically an 8 analog input, 10 analog output system. And so that allows me to take it to several different speaker systems. So, because this is basically my recording studio. I need to do like a studio tour one of these days online. So then I run it into, of course, into my computer. And I use Reaper as my primary recording software. Very popular piece of recording software, particularly for metalheads. So I've got that direct going in, and then I am in Reaper, I am using, let me actually pull up my chain here. So by Ignite amplifiers, I'm using the Anvil preamp. And I find that to be basically their cleanest sounding preamp, which is great. And then from there I go into, also by Ignite amps, the TPA, which just stands for Tube Power Amplifier, TPA-1. Then my cab simulator is the two notes torpedo wall of sound. That's the only piece that's not a free piece of software. You need to buy, I think, at least one cab, which is like $8. It's pretty cheap, and you can buy multiple cabs for it. And here's where it gets kind of funky. I use two instances of the native EQ for Reaper. And so one's just kind of notching out some of the bad frequencies and, low and high pass filters. But then my next one is kind of the trick. And I took this from the concept of the dynamic voice on the Mesa Boogie Tri-Axis preamp, which I love. For my first 54 albums, my very first album I recorded with my actual Tri-Axis, which you can't quite see, was in this stack here. When I started going direct, I picked up the Re-Axis by Mercurial Audio, which is a very, very well done Tri-Axis sim. And everything except for Channel 2 Red, I think they nailed it. They were close on Channel 1 Red. That's not the channel I typically use. So for me, the sounds were great. I moved on to the Anvil on this album, actually, when I put this album out, number 55. And it's a much cleaner sound to noise ratio, and it does have some really strong sounds. I'm really happy with it. So what I do here on this second EQ, the dynamic voice, a lot of people misunderstood it, but they explained it in their user manual that is basically your smiley face EQ curve. And if you're interested, I'll give you my exact settings for this, and we could talk, another time off chat. basically is a smiley face EQ curve, and the higher you set the dynamic voice, the wider the curve gets. But also, if you're at 0, it's a completely dry signal. When you go to 0.5, it's 5% wet, 95% dry, and so the wet level turns up. So I'm using my own version of the dynamic voice, basically set at about 4. And that just makes this huge difference in the sound. And so that's my basic chain. I hope that's a... oh, you just got wall of sound. That's cool. Yeah, I've been really happy with that. I'm not even sure where that question was at. Yeah, so that's basically what I got going on. And I like it. It's good stuff. And then there was this one time in band camp. What happened to my flute? I'm not sure if you're talking about mine, but mine is actually right here. And there's dust coming out of it, because that's how much I made that out of PVC pipe. I think that Glenn was probably talking about something else, but there you go. Yes, and unspeakable things happened, because this is the first time I've spoken about it, like, since we moved here almost a year ago. Workers, some of this is just inside jokes here. Yeah, dude, when I got this guitar, it had just the standard pickups in it, just garbage. I took it to practice with the band I was playing with at the time. They're like, "Oh man, cool guitar, but it just doesn't sound that good." And I'm like, "Yeah, I got to change these ears out." And so after about 3 or 4 practices, I put these deactivators in. None of them knew that I had changed them, and they're like, "What did you do to that guitar? That sounds amazing." I'm like, "I just changed these pickups." And yeah, I've been really pleased. I've been a DiMarzio guy for decades, and yeah, they're pretty awesome. Yeah, the split coil is really cool. Absolutely. Direct totally makes sense for streaming, and I like it for recording too. I know a lot of people are still, very much amp guys, and I still have tube amplifier. I still have my tri-axis. I have a tube amplifier, and that stuff is awesome. I have 2 412 cabs. One of them I'm actually standing on during the show. Those are homemade. I made my own cabs, and they turned out. It was after I made my half stack, it was enough to make another one. So Reaper is great. Yeah. I thought that Noka Theory was a Reaper user. And yeah, so I mentioned you got wall. Yeah, it takes a bit of experimentation working with wall of sound, but it's worth it. It's worth fiddling with, and you'll have some good times. You'll get some good sounds out of that. Cool. Purple Bears, of course. Oh, Tom is here. Hello, Tom. Everyone say hello to Tom. It looks like everyone already said hello to Tom, so I'm late to the party. No surprise there. Yeah, you got to read the manual, baby. So true. There's a lot of info in those things. Yeah, I know some of my people out here are not all musicians, but I am definitely a musician's musician. This instrumental heavy metal stuff, this is not what most people are going out to listen to, so that's all good stuff. I'm catching up with chat here. I love the fact that chat's actually getting away from me, so I've got to work out how I'm gonna keep up with chat or how that's gonna work. Cool. I'm glad that Wall of Sound is working out for you. Smoke on the water with spoons, dude. If that's true, you totally need to do a video of that, and I'm not even kidding. I know that you probably are because I know you, but if you're not, that would be freaking mad. I love that. Yeah, you know, I've played through a lot of I've never owned a dual rec, but I have played through a lot of dual recs. I got kicked out of Guitar. I would not quite kicked out. I got close to getting kicked out of Guitar Center once. I was helping a buddy buy one, and I cranked that thing. And Guitar Center didn't complain, but all of the businesses around them did, and it was awesome. Those things are smegging loud, and it's like I got my volume kind of turned up so I can get into this and rock out a bit, but it's not enough that if Sarah goes to bed, she's not going to be able to go to sleep, you know? And like I have recorded, living with Sarah, I have recorded 64 metal albums. And a lot of those were done while she's sleeping in the next. This house that we just moved into, we just got this about a year ago. This is a bit bigger, so it's an 80-year-old house, so it's got, it's not the best for sound canceling, but still, I mean, you can play so quiet and still get great tones out of your DI stuff. All right. You did get kicked out of Guitar Center. I remember that. I think I know that story. I might be thinking of something else, but I think I remember that story. It's a nice reference. Yes. Oh. And for those who are unfamiliar with my streams, it looks like I've got some people who may be kind of watching for the first time, or at least are fairly new. Feel free to make Red Dwarf references all over chat, and everyone will get along with you very well. If you're not familiar with the documentary Red Dwarf, the British documentary, you really should be. It's the documentary about a spaceship that was lost 3 million years in the future, and it's amazing. And it's like, I think they got like 13 seasons. It started back in the 80s. Let's just go watch Red Dwarf. Just do it. Anyway, let's play some. Let's play some music. We're actually going to slow it down a little bit now. Moving into C minor. We've got 3 flats. C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat is what we're going to be playing with here. 88 beats a minute. This song is called Blessed Are the Wicked. And for me to play Blessed Are the Wicked, my Reaper window has to be active or the spacebar doesn't do what it's supposed to do, and I am an airhead. Come on. Come on. There's a way to do this. There we go. Sorry about that. Oh! Oh! I gotta switch amplifiers here. See, this is the kind of stuff I really should run through the album before I play it live and work this stuff out so I look like I know what I'm doing. Okay. Technology making life easier. You know, I'll tell you what though, technology does make life easier because I didn't have to carry any amplifiers to this show. And I love that. I've talked about that in the stream before. I will talk about that in the stream again. I love working out of my house like this. This is so awesome. I'm glad you like that, Doc. It's the best song ever. Okay. We're going to try this again. So we're actually using a different amp sim now. This is a Lepu Lextac plugin. Then we'll switch back to the other stuff and then back to the Lepu, and then on the other songs we'll get back to this. Blessed Are the Wicked. Okay. What am I doing wrong here? I still had that set up for the wrong input. Okay, let's see if this guitar works. Let's see if the other guitar works. Okay, let's try this out again. Let's see if third time's a charm, shall we? Yeah, that had a rough start on it. Fun though. Okay, now I just realized that I screwed up where my what's it is at. Okay, I think I got things in the right place now. And yeah, okay, I'm just checking out what we got coming up here. This is good stuff. Oops. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. I think I'm on track. I hope you guys are on track. Whew. This has been an interesting show, but it's been a fun show. and I have just received a very appropriate tip from Mr. Fuchsak. Oh, Doc, getting creative out here, doing what you do. Maybe I'll cut you up one of these days and give you 6 scars. Ah, that would have been so great if I had my cursor right. Oh yeah, 6 scars. Okay, we are moving in toward the end of the show for the evening. We're kind of going a little longer than normal because we've had some great questions in chat tonight. And I'm not even able to keep up. I love this. This is so cool. I don't know how many people are watching, but chat has been awesome. This has been a really fun show. We got 2 songs left for the night. 4,691 irradiated Hagasuses. This is fun. Oh, the red dwarf continues. Ah, very moist over here. So true. Yeah, it looks like Mark, unfortunately, has not been having a lot of luck tonight. Which is unfortunate because I know he really enjoys these shows. We have a good time with Mark in here, so. Brilliant Space Bats, thank you very much. I'm glad you liked it. Okay, caught up. Let's keep rocking. This next song, I get asked about favorites and least favorites and stuff with my albums and my songs so often. I've got a lot of music. I've got 64 albums released. The 65th is recorded. I've already written numbers 67, 66, 67, parts of 68, 69, and 70. Like when you give an album, it's like really tough to say this is my favorite or this is my least favorite. I know that my least favorite song that I've ever released is the Battle Hymn of the Fallen Warrior. I've never played that live. I may someday. I've never played that album live. I haven't worked up a light show for it. But that one I didn't do a good job on. This song, The Voices of the Soulless. This I feel I did a really decent job on this, compositionally, production, the way I put together the voices and stuff, the motif that I set up for the guitar solos. And this is something I often get asked about, kind of like how do I do my guitar solos? Mostly this is improvised, but you'll notice like in this song, and this is something you can listen for, this actually starts in the 8th measure. I do this, I basically set up a theme, we call it a motif in music. So I've got this part of the solo is written. And that's all of the solo that I've written in advance, and that kind of sets up a theme for how I might comport myself as a musician in this. And we're back into the Phrygian realm here. We're in E Phrygian on this one. I hope you guys enjoy this as much as I do. It's really neither a fast nor slow paced piece, but it's just got a good feel to it. Hopefully you all agree. Little E Phrygian, Voices of the Soulless. Before I do this, okay, apologies. But I know my guitar is a little out of tune. Okay, that should make things a little easier. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, my lights are just, tech stuff is not cooperating with me entirely tonight, so let's try it out. Voices of the Soulless. How many times can I start one song in any given show? Apparently too damn many. I probably got like 4 followers left on Twitch now. Okay, let's try this out. All right. Okay, we are possibly going to survive this show. Again, thank you for your patience through my technical difficulties. I'm not sure. You might notice there are times when, like, just those two lights. I'm not pointing well. Those two lights come on, and nothing else. That's not supposed to happen. I'm not sure what's going wrong with that. Don, thank you kindly. You are much appreciated. Mr. Keedick. I really wish that scroll at the end would work the way we want it to, Doc. That would be so awesome to see all those run by. I need to look for some other solutions for that, because I think that'll be good. What we got here? Fried bunny tail, jokes. Yeah, you know, that's a common thing, man. Musicians, we start working on our songs and we get sick of them. And, you know, on August 3rd of 2019, I put out my second album. My first album came out in 2004, January 8th, which was Elvis's birthday. So August 3rd, 2019, I put out my second album. And then 11 months later, I put out my 50th album. And so I was doing an album a week. And I don't want to tell the full story here, but basically I've been doing some shows that gave me some tools to kind of set me up for this. And when you do that, you know, and in that case, I would be, you know, Friday, I release an album. Friday afternoon, I open up my sheet music program, my notation program, and I start writing, blank, and I've got 7 days to be ready to put another album out. And so I compose, record, process. For those videos, for those albums, I actually shot video of me playing it. I do the video, and the thing about it is, when you give yourself that type of a limitation, say, I'm going to release at this point, you just do it. And you leave mistakes in. And, you know, every big music YouTube out there is like, quit fixing all your mistakes. And so you don't. And you don't go back and you don't second guess it and question it and all that. And you put out good stuff that way. And you're gonna do a Battle Hymn of the Fallen Warrior that you're not gonna like. And you're gonna do a Voices of the Soulless that you're gonna be like, I love this song. So, you know, give it some consideration. And just think about, you know, why do I take this long with my music? You know, it might be because you're a skill builder. Like my current album, number 65, Incomprehensible Isolation, it's been 5 months since I put an album out. And I'm working on production things. I'm going to put a saxophone song on there. I'm putting my first cover on, which is a 7-minute heavy metal version of Three Blind Mice. And so I'm doing, you know, very different stuff, and so I'm taking extra time, and there's a reason for that. But a lot of times we just keep doing it because it's what we do. So yeah, like I could go into more depth in a different forum, but yeah, don't let yourself get rid, because here's the thing. I haven't got tired of hearing your songs, and you know why? Because I haven't heard them. So put them out. I was talking to my buddy Jake. Oh, this is probably 4 years ago. And he'd been working on the first Hades Machine album for a couple of years. And I said this to him. I'm like, you know, the thing is, man, you're the only one who's listening to it. No one else is getting sick of it because they can't hear it. And about a month later, he put it out. So, yeah, I want to hear your music, but it's on you. All right. What else we got here? Show's back. We are rolling in toward the end of the show. And I do absolutely, that was our second, so we got our last song coming up. There's another story here that we're going to talk about. And it looks like Noka is still here, so I definitely know he's going to appreciate this story. Thank you very much, Noga. That's awesome. Yeah, I love it. Thank you, Mark. Thank you for all the compliments, everyone. Doc, thank you for the promotion. Thank you for the tips. Doc has been tipping like crazy tonight. Renee also tipped. Thank you very much. I think that's everyone on the tips. If anyone else has tipped, thank you very much. If I missed you, I do apologize. I like to recognize everyone who is supporting me in my musical endeavors. The fact that I actually make a living doing music is amazing. Most of my primary income is teaching music, but the fact that I'm getting anything in these shows is really awesome. Also, if people are not inclined to tip on shows, I understand that. You can also pick up my music through Bandcamp, which is how Lake House Rockstar, I think his name was, found me here tonight. In Twitch, there are some links. If you're on there, you can go to themadpoet.net. All of my information is kind of collated right there. You can not see the website on my guitar pick, but it is there. So yeah, go to themadpoet.net. There are links there to my YouTube, to my Twitch. There are links to Bandcamp and Noise Trade. All of my albums are on there. All of my albums can be downloaded on a pay-what-you-can basis from Bandcamp and Noise. Noise Trade doesn't have all of my albums. They have some issues with their uploader. But there are also YouTube videos of all of my albums, so they can be listened to, they can be streamed for free, and I love sharing my music. So yes, thank you all for your support in every way that it happens, even if it's just sitting there sniffing your screen while I play a show. If that's what you do, thank you. The only reason I wouldn't do that, the whole listing them verbally, Doc, is I know that I do have students who watch this, some of whom are, 8, 10, 11 years old. We've talked about, I know you understand that. We've talked about that before. Again, thank you very much for all of the compliments. You're a waffle man. Play the scythe. Oh, I love my scythe. How can I get one of your guitar picks? Go to, I'm gonna put this out there for absolutely everyone here tonight. Go to themadpoet.net, go to the contact page, send me your mailing address. I will send you a Mad Poet guitar pick free of charge, and I will cover the shipping. Madpoet.net, contact page, give me your mailing address, I will send you a guitar pick. Yep, and we will do that, because you guys deserve it, because this has been a kicking show. Anyway, so we're moving into the final song of the evening. This is song number 12, album number 55 by the Mad Poet, which looks an awful lot like me. This song is titled CWO. I know Noka Theory is out here. He is a fan of Ola England. I am also a fan of Ola England. We are both on Ola's Discord. I should probably get a Discord started one of these days as well. If anyone's interested in a Discord, let me know, because I may start one up. So Ola England is a Swedish YouTuber. He's got a very good following, and he's a very cool guy. He has a segment called Coffee with Ola. And I'm probably never going to be on Coffee with Ola. So I wrote a song called Coffee Without Ola. And then I made a video, and please go check the video out. It's a very fun video on YouTube. It's my only one where I'm actually like a story type video. And it's just me making coffee and then sitting there drinking it alone, because I'm without Ola. I'm also without everyone else, but Ola is definitely absent. So we will not be doing the video here tonight. I have never played a Solar. My buddy Jake, who I've talked about a couple times tonight, he's got a Solar Explorer, speaks very highly of it. I've heard a lot of good things about the Solar guitars. So if you do get that, please let me know what you think. And I would love to hear about it. So without further ado, I will see you on the other side in a few minutes. This is Coffee Without Ola. Oh, coffee. Oh, everybody. Thank you very much. Again, yes, this was a very fun, if somewhat technically challenging show. I had a great time tonight. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Thank you very much to the tippers, Paul, Joy, Don, Cole, Mike, Fur, and Don. As far as we're gonna go with that one. Very greatly appreciated. I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. This has been an absolute blast. Go to themadpoet.net. Give me your address. I will send you a guitar pick free of charge. I will cover shipping, and it'll be awesome. And then what I want you to do is, if you're a guitar player and I send you a pick, I want you to send me a video of you playing guitar with my guitar pick. That's what I'm hoping for. Excellent. Again, thank you all. I will be back next Friday at 8 o'clock, post-meridium, Pacific time zone, as I am every Friday. I am still planning some other shows. I'm still planning the hour 45-minute rope jumping show. I'm still planning the 6 hour 37-minute As Slow as Possible by John Cage. And I am still planning to do just reading some books on Twitch. So there are things coming up. Everyone, thank you, thank you, thank you. This has been a blast.